She was just 21. A fresh ACCA student, nervous but excited, stepping into her very first internship. No suit, no fancy accent. Just ambition in a notebook full of scribbles from a paper called Business and Technology. The office? A buzzing finance department at a mid-sized company. The problem? She noticed something strange. An email trail, a skipped approval, and a payment that didn't feel right. She spoke up. The senior manager smirked. "It's nothing, you're new." But this girl didn't stop. She calmly explained it using words like internal control, governance, ethical breakdown. Words straight out of ACCA BT. Within days, the fraud was exposed. The company avoided a massive financial hit. And that intern? She became the youngest analyst on the team. So what exactly is ACCA BT? And how did it give her the confidence to speak truth to power? If you think business and technology is just another theory paper, you've been reading it wrong. In this video, I'm not just explaining the syllabus. I'm showing you how BT builds leaders, protects companies, and prepares you for the real world. Stick around, because what you're about to learn could be the most important foundation of your ACCA journey, and possibly your entire career. So, what was it that helped that intern stand tall when others ignored the red flag? It wasn't luck. It was ACCA Business and Technology, or what we call BT. BT isn't just your first paper in ACCA, it's your first mindset shift. It teaches you not just how business works, but how to think like a business. It's like the operating system of a modern organization. Everything else runs on top of it. Let me break it down like you're sitting across from me in a cafe. Business in BT isn't about memorizing company names. It's about understanding how companies are structured, how they function, and what drives their decisions. Technology in BT doesn't mean coding or IT support. It means understanding the tools, systems, and innovations that are replacing old school business models. Put them together, and BT becomes this hybrid mindset. One that every modern accountant, analyst, or future CEO needs. It's strategy with structure, intelligence with integrity, leadership with logic. That's why ACCA placed BT right at the beginning. Because before you do the numbers, you need to understand the world they live in. So, why is it so important? Think about our intern again. She didn't catch that fraud because she had insider info, she caught it because she understood what an internal control failure looks like, what ethical governance should look like, and how to speak in the language of business. ACCA BT teaches you these exact things. It's not a subject, it's a survival skill. Want to be a financial analyst? You'll need to understand how decisions are made and who makes them. Want to become a CFO? You'll have to deal with systems, leadership, digital transformation, and ethics. Dreaming of your own startup? BT will show you how to structure, scale, and safeguard it. In a world where AI is replacing traditional jobs, understanding how business and tech align is your competitive edge. Because the truth is, anyone can follow instructions, but very few understand the big picture. BT trains you for that big picture. Just like it trained that intern to see what no one else did, and changed the entire course of her career. Now you might be thinking, okay, I get that BT is important. But what exactly do I need to learn? Let's break the syllabus down, not like a tutor flipping slides, but like a future leader understanding the game. 1. Business structure. This is where you learn how organizations are actually built. Sole trader? Partnership? Public limited company? It's more than definitions, it's about understanding who takes the risk, who makes the decisions, and who earns the profit. Think of it like this. A Tesla, a local coffee shop, and a hospital don't operate the same way. BT helps. Communication tools. You decode their DNA. Magnifying glass. Most tutors just tell you what the structures are. But they don't show you how choosing the wrong structure can ruin your startup before it begins. 2. Stakeholders. It's the system of rules, committees, checks and balances that stop things from going wrong. Think Facebook and Cambridge Analytica. That wasn't a tech failure, it was governance gone missing. 3. The business environment. The world is changing fast. BT trains you to read the environment like a strategist. What laws are coming? What are your competitors doing? How does inflation affect your budget planning? This topic teaches you how to think globally and act locally. A must-have skill if you want to work in places like the UK, UAE, Canada, or Europe. 4. Organizational culture. Culture isn't beanbags in the break room. It's how people behave when no one's watching. Is it toxic or transparent? Is failure punished or learned from? BT helps you understand how leaders shape culture and how culture shapes everything else. Take Amazon's customer obsession culture. It's in every decision they make. What tutors skip? The emotional intelligence needed to navigate different cultures in international companies. 5. The role of technology. Now this part is fire. Most students underestimate it, but this is the future of finance. You learn about information systems, automation, big data, cybersecurity. Imagine your manager says, "We're moving to cloud-based reporting." What should we watch out for? If you've taken BT seriously, you'll answer with confidence while others nod blankly. 6. Ethics and professional behavior. Let's be real. The world doesn't suffer from a lack of smart people, it suffers from a lack of ethical ones. BT makes ethics non-negotiable. What to do when you see fraud. How to say no to bribes. What confidentiality really means. It's not just rules, it's the backbone of trust in the finance profession. 7. Internal control systems. And finally, this one's gold. Internal controls are the silent guardians of every business. Like that intern who noticed one skipped approval. BT teaches you how companies are supposed to protect themselves. Who signs what? What system flags errors? What stops double payments or data leaks? Want to work in audit, compliance, or forensic accounting? This section will feel like your playbook. Here's the part no tutor spends time on, but should. BT isn't just to pass an exam. It's the only paper that teaches you how businesses make real decisions, what to say in meetings, what tools modern companies use, what not to ignore when reading a financial report. Whether you're heading into a Big Four interview, joining a local firm, or launching your startup in Canada, Dubai, or London, the BT concepts will keep popping up. Example: your manager says, "We're thinking of automating vendor payments." If you've studied BT right, you'll respond, "Have we reviewed the risks on our internal controls? Who authorizes the automation, and how are errors tracked?" That's not theory. That's leadership. Now that you know what BT covers and why it matters, here's the part that makes the difference between just passing and actually understanding. How should you study it? Not like a textbook robot. Like a future professional. First, use the ACCA practice platform. Don't wait till the last week. This is your simulation center. It shows you exactly how the exam feels, looks, and thinks. Second, ditch rote learning. BT is a concept-based paper. It's not about memorizing rules, it's about connecting ideas. Try this. Make a mind map for each syllabus section. Use summary charts to compare business structure or stakeholder interests. Watch visual explanations on YouTube, and yes, we break it down right here at Education Bench, straight to the point, concept-rich, no filler. Build your own system. Some students use color-coded notes, others teach what they've learned to a friend. Find your flow, because when BT clicks, everything else in ACCA will feel 10x more logical. So let's bring it all together. ACCA BT isn't just the first paper, it's the paper that gives you your business brain. From understanding how organizations operate to identifying what's ethical, to knowing how to adapt in a tech-driven world, this is your entry point to the professional mindset. At Education Bench, we're not here to just help you pass. We're building a community that thinks, questions, and leads, from BT all the way to strategic level. Nail BT, and you're not just exam ready. You're business ready. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below and tell us. What's the trickiest topic in BT for you? We might just cover it in our next breakdown. If this video helped you look at BT differently, like, share, and subscribe to Education Bench. And if you're curious about how BT connects to your next paper, stick around, because we've got upcoming videos on management accounting, financial accounting, and how to master your ACCA roadmap step by step. This is Education Bench, where future finance professionals build more than just marks.